All right, everybody. Hey, it's 20 minutes with Bridgette. It's the second class of the week. Sorry, I'm just getting this done and uploaded. It's July 10th, and there's no blog or blog links that go along with this. This is going to be the last Pendulum class, thoughts and ideas. And so I just want to talk to you about, say, for example, there's a shopping center, or just say that there's a store or buildings or places that I might go. I can drive to that parking lot and I can ask, is that like a good place for me to go? Obviously, if I see towers with 5G cylinders on them, I avoid all of those places like the plague. I refuse to spend my money there to be, microwave radiated and having the oxygen stole out of my cells. So I'm just not going to go for that. But I can go there. Maybe there's places that maybe I can't make a decision. So it matters. The land matters. The environment matters. I could douse from home. I can think about a little, beach that I like to take Jen at this lake here that's, cheap to go for the day. And she loves to go. She loves when the lake gets waves because she likes to bite them. So I'm going to think about that place right now, and I'm going to ask, is there somebody on the spot that I like to have? So is there somebody or anybody there? It's kind of saying yes. So, is it going to be filled all weekend? Yes. So I could say, what if I got there on 9 a.m. on Tuesday this next week? Would I have, a really good opportunity to get my spot? It's funny because, like this pendulum I use a lot. It's with me all the time, and it's like a pet. And it has days where, it's kind of like, don't ask me to do stupid pet tricks. That's, the feeling I get from it. But, when I'm in a place where I really am going to work it, it loves to work. It's like a herding dog, where's the bulls and the cows? Let's get going, kind of a thing. So, but you can douse, if places are good for you to go. It matters outside, it matters inside, it matters what's inside, who's inside. And you can use, once you get it going really good, you can use it to, let me put it down a little bit. You can use it to, when should I take my vacation? Where exactly should I take my vacation? What's in the highest and best for me? When would be a time where it'll just be, seamless and it'll be a really enjoyable time? What time period for me this year is that going to be? Should I go to the mountains? It's going to be better for me to go to the ocean. Should I go by car? Should I, take an airplane? So that you can kind of, get used to listening, working with your inner guidance system. Just wanted to see what else here. Okay, so excuse me. One thing I like to use a pendulum on is a vehicle. If I'm trying to really problem solve the vehicle, to figure out like what system. See, it's like, yeah, let's go douse a vehicle. So so that way I can kind of help to troubleshoot it, to try to figure out, maybe, what might be going on. And I could say, if the car's broke down, I can say, will I be able to tow it, or will it be fixed within an hour, and will I be back on the road, or is it a bigger problem, that I have to prepare for? So just things like that. you know, sometimes when you're in the midst of things and you don't know, you're just drawing a blank and you just don't know what to do. Sometimes you can do just a little bit of pendulum work and and straighten it out. Okay, so there was just a couple things. So I got a few things. All right. The first thing is I'm gonna, you know, talk to it kind of about, um, you know, is this fresh or should I throw it away? Like what's optimal for myself? So I'm just gonna say, um, you know, since I'm losing weight and I'm exercising, could, you know, are bananas beneficial? Yes. Are these bananas still beneficial to, you know, losing weight? Are they still good? Yes. So if it would say no, bananas are not, and I could ask it why. Does it have too much sugar, or is it because these are commercial bananas and I should get an organic banana? Or is it because of high sugar? You know, I could ask a whole bunch of other questions to get down to why the banana, you know, might not be beneficial for my, you know, dietary program. Okay, this one, these are the best mangoes. They're going to get like a free, you know, advertising. Best, you know, organically dried mangoes I've ever had. So I'm just going to ask, you know, like if this product is everything, you know, that is labeled on it. It says not genetically modified, USDA, organic. You can't really trust those people. I don't know if I've done a YouTube video on labels, food labels. Wow. That's probably one that I need to write down because it's it's mind blowing about labels. Okay, let me just write that down. Uh, let's see. I will get to that. Yeah. So anyway, we'll just write it down for a few weeks down the road. Okay. So I'm just eyeing it. 1 pound, no artificial flavor, no sulfate free. Just, you know, taking a look at it. Oh, it says from Mexico. But it's distributed in San Diego. And so, okay, so we're going to ask some questions about this product. Is there any misleading or lying information on these mangoes? Yes. Okay, let's go to the front. Okay, are they lying about them being organic? I don't think so. Are they lying about them not being genetically modified? Are they lying about no artificial flavors? Are they lying about sulfate free? Yes. I wondered about that because they do have a good mango color for the product. So now I can kind of go, I just want to go look and see if there's anything else on here. The only ingredient is their organic dried mango. So is that the is that the only thing? Here, I'll hold it down. Just kind of do this. Is it the only thing that these mangoes are lying about? Yes. So they have used something other than just mango and air, is what you're saying. Okay. All right. Well, then we know more information about that, right? That wasn't listed. All right. Dog food is really good, especially as your dog ages. I've known, you know, with Jen, you know, she has constant like urinary tract stuff as of the last 6 months. And so I have to really try to work on her diet. And, you know, like I want to know exactly, you know, what's in the product and is what is in the product, is that in the product or is it not in the product? So I get her these, you know, and I don't want to give her too much, you know, meat proteins. balance it out with fruits and vegetables. So I get her the little nougats, not the patties. Okay, so I'm just going to ask some questions about this, like, with Jin's health issues that we're constantly working on. Is this product good and okay and beneficial, for her diet? Yes. Okay. Um, that's good. So then, I can go through the dog food store. Sometimes I get people that call me for appointments to talk about their dog and their animals and the diet. And, it turns out that a lot of pit bull breeds are allergic to beef and chicken. And they have a tendency to be autoimmune system disorders, right? And so they also have a tendency to be allergic to, like GMO grains. So grain-free is good. But, you can, you know, get yourself a little pad, write down some questions that you have about, your dog's health or your health or your animal's health. And then just go down the list, and just keep asking questions until you feel like you've gotten all the information. And so that way, when you go to the store, these are things you want to look for. You want to get something that maybe if the animal has a chicken allergy, you want to avoid chicken. And, dowsing, once you get really good at it, it's so good to figure out allergy stuff. It's fantastic. Okay, so I got, 2 products right now that I'm using with Jin's urinary stuff. I might be actually having to be at this, for the rest of her life. I hope not, but, that's just how it is sometimes. So anyway, so I'm using GSE as one of the things for to keep any kind of bacteria infection away in most of the body, right? But it works really well in the urinary tract as well. Also helps to bring down the acid level too, which is always helpful. Because when we're in degenerative, we're in a lot of inflammatory disease, and so we're spiked, in acid in quite a few of our systems. So I'm just going to ask is the GSE, beneficial for Jin and her urinary tract stuff? Yes. So I give her 8 drops in the evening. Is that good? And then I'm going to ask another one. Should I give Jin more drops in the course of a day? And we're going to go yes. So then I'm going to say, should I give her drops 3 times a day? And it's saying no. So 2 times a day. Okay, so 7 to 8 drops 2 times a day would be okay and beneficial. More drops. Yeah, so like 10 drops 2 times a day. Yes, so that's good. Okay, so that's working good. Then this one I'm giving her, it's a human one, but the reason why I like having a dog is they have a lot of similar human stuff, so mammal stuff. And so I use stuff that I would use. Plus I know that I'm getting a really good grade. Human grade, does have the highest grade, even though it's still lacking quite a bit as far as labeling. But I just got a basic brand from a generic brand. Cranberry with D-mannose. So super good for urinary tract stuff, especially the type of stuff Jin's been fighting. All right. So has this been really beneficial for Jin and her urinary tract issues? Yes. I'm giving her 1 of these a day. Should I give her more? No. And that's kind of like what I thought. All right. Because I think it says for a human 3 times a day. And I think it was 2 or 3 capsules. So I minimized it down to 1 a day. I give it to her in the morning. one time a day. So, like a huge reduction. Anyway, so it seems to be going well. And then I got her a silica. What else? I wanted to think about, you could just put your pendulum in your pocket and you could just whip it out all the time just to, get to know it, get to know you, help you. I really needed somebody to help me with a video because I wanted to actually, this whole week I was trying to do a field. We're going to do a field trip to like Whole Foods, but everybody's all freaked out at the grocery store and everybody's all anal, and I couldn't get anyone to help me to hold the camera while I, did some dowsing and spun some fruit, right? But, maybe in the pile of fruit, there's going to be some oranges in there that are going to be more beneficial for you. Or you're looking for the higher nutrient ones, right, to pick out of the pile. You can spin that, water stuff's usually always easy to spin. Fruit and vegetables and things like that have a lot of water. So you can use shells, or there's some stones that have, little holes in them that you can use as dowsing. And I've got, I just wanted to say, I found a couple, I got my little stones that I collected at the river because I'm making a transportable medicine wheel just for a spiritual practice that I want to do right now for 30 days. And where I take it up and take it down. But I thought I had a couple little stones from the river that had a hole in them. I don't see. I do try to get stones with holes in them because some of my native teachers say that they're the smarter ones. But yeah, the hole doesn't go all the way through. But you could even you can find stones that may have like a little hole in them. I mean, how cool is that for a little dowsing, right? And the thing is it picked you because you went out and found it, and it was waiting for you to help you do work. And that's another thing too, is like, what is your intention when you pick things up, or want to use them for dowsing? What's my general outlook? What's my intention, like long before I go? And it's good to kind of put out a job description, what you want your dowsing device to help you to do. I'm going to be dowsing a lot of water, areas of water, so I need to find the perfect fit for that. And so you go out in nature, and then one day you look down and you might even be like a steel bolt laying there, and you're like, oh, or not the bolt, but the thing that the bolt goes through. And you'd be like, wow, this has kind of showed up. I can clean up the area by removing it, and I can take it with me. And I showed up to actually help me do some dowsing. So Yahoo. So, and you might get better results with different things for different reasons. But I have a couple things that I have, that I'm 100% go to. Like I said, if I go do a big property douse, clean, I make maps and stuff like that, and I might have several different dowsing devices. I'll take a couple of my own, and then I'll, pick up stuff that I find on their land, because their land has a long-term relationship there. So I'll pick up the, whatever it is, and string it, and then douse what I need to douse. And then I always put it back, and thank it for helping me to collect and assimilate, a lot of the information that I needed. So yeah, so that's kind of how I get around that. Like I said before, I'm not an advocate for buying. And if I do come along, crystals that were bought, or people give me things, I usually clean them up, and then I pack them around with me. And if I find an area or something that needs, that particular gem, then, I dig a hole and I stick it in the ground and I give it back to balance things out, right? There's a special tree I call the dreaming tree, who has taught me a lot. And she was going through like a rough period, and I had a big chunk of turquoise, beautiful, like, beautiful. And I used it as a dowsing device because it was beautiful and polished, and it had a hole in it. and I gave it to her. I had it on me. I knew she wasn't doing so good. So I dug a deep hole and put it in there. And, um, there are people in my life that think I'm nuts and ridiculous, but my job is to be a steward and take care of things. And I'm reading this book, and it talks about the difference between how Native people think and white people think in general. A Native person will be like, what should I be? And white person is, what should I accumulate? What should I buy? And I want to be on the what should I be? What do I need to be for this world? So anyway, that's your last dowsing pendulum class. I hope you got something out of it. I hope that you can make friends with the pendulum and do good work and get closer and closer to be able to listening to your own inner voice, and the beneficial voices outside of you. So that's what I've got for you. Sorry it was late getting out, but I hope you have a great weekend. And next week we're going to start on a whole bunch of new, amazing, and improved information that I have to offer you. So anyway, with that, have a good day. And I did a blog today because of a dream I had, and I put on there like what my native teacher, Marshall Jack, always used to say, that the grandmothers would always tell him, that tomorrow's a new day. When you wake up in the daydream, it's a new day. Don't mess it up. Don't bring the past into your new day. Your new day is a gift to create something new. So don't bring your past thoughts, don't bring your past ways, don't bring any of that into the new day. And start your new day with adventure, with a sense of adventure, and um and exploration, and things of that nature. So don't mess up your new day tomorrow when you wake up. um, and try to work on eliminating a lot of that stuff that you're still holding on to and attached to from the past, so that you can just one day wake up and it is a brand new day, and the past, nothing, no one, the past doesn't have a hold on you anymore. And it doesn't really matter what age you are, you can always have a new day and a new way. All right. Thank you.